Bring back rock.
Hey everybody, it's Dean. Welcome to Bring Back Rock. Today I'm talking about something kind of rock adjacent, something completely different, but it's definitely nostalgic. I'm going to talk a little bit about carnival mirrors. Now, if you have any carnival mirrors left over and they're cluttering up your space, you want to get rid of them, please send them my way. But you probably don't want to do that. They've become quite collectible, and you can actually sell them for a little bit of money. But if you don't want to go through the hassle of selling, let me know, and I would be happy to take them off your hands. I'm going to tell you a little bit just the history of carnival mirrors, and then show you some of mine, share a few stories. And then if you want to spend just a few minutes of time with me, that'd be great. All right, so carnival mirrors first came in maybe as early as the 60s, but really were pretty popular from like the mid 70s to the mid 90s. They had graphics that depicted pop culture icons of the moment, movies, slogans, and of course, music icons across all genres. I do not believe most of these images were licensed, and a lot of them were like original art, especially when it came to like the movies and things like that. But even some of the music ones, which I'll show you an example or two of. Like I said, first appeared in the 70s. They're about the size of an album. And then as they became more popular, they went through some degradation in quality. But they're about the size of an album. They're originally screen printed on actual mirrors. I have some examples here. I don't know if I'm going to edit in pictures or just show you, but since I have right here, here's one that's kind of screen printed on a mirror. Some of them, they usually had wooden frames. Like I said, they're usually the size of albums. That one's a little smaller. Some of them had marbling, veins, colored veins, gold or silver in the mirror themselves. By the 80s, they kind of came down to that standard 6x6 size, about this size here. And they were no longer printed on mirrors. Now they were just printed on glass. Actually, they were just painted. The back of the glass was painted. There's a clear pane of glass. Gone were the sturdy wooden frames and the kind of the chintzy cardboard frames that we all remember. Kind of took its place. Not only were these cool decor, but apparently they're very good for chopping and sniffing cocaine off of, which I'm sure none of you had ever done or would even think of using it for such a nefarious purpose. But some people did, use them for sniffing cocaine off and cutting it up. Anyway, as the popularity increased, like I said, the quality diminished. There were 6x6. The wooden frames were gone, except for some of the bigger prizes, like they still had some wooden frames on the 6x6, or they had the bigger ones still left that were album size, that were in wooden frames that were like bigger prizes. But most of them were the 6x6 in the cardboard frames. Now, as I said, these have become nostalgic and quite collectible. So if you want to pick up some that you remember from your childhood, you might have to pay a little bit of a price for them on eBay or whatever. But they're still very cool. I thought they were a lot of fun to hang around. I'll show you. Let me just show you what I did with my some of the smaller ones in the cardboard mirrors. I'll show you what I did there. All right, so my son has my old headboards. I was able to kind of show how I was able to display these back in the day. My dad had tempered glass cut that kind of fit perfectly on the top there. So between the tempered glass and the top of the headboard, I had these displayed like so. I thought it kind of looked cool, so I was pretty happy with it. But anyway, that's how I displayed these carnival mirrors back in the day. And then a couple stories. I just really remember wanting this one. Motley Crue, Shout of the Devil era. It's in the wooden frame. I really, really wanted that one. The other one that I remember actually winning and was the warrant one, the cherry pie one. And the reason is twofold. If you remember, there's two one I really wanted, and then this one. But the one I really wanted, if you remember Wasp, The Last Command, if you opened it up, one of the pictures in there was Wasp's severed heads of the band members sitting on wooden pikes. And that was the actual carnival mirror. I didn't know how my girlfriend would react to severed heads next to the bed, so I changed and got got the Warrant one. I like Warrant too, so no problem. I changed and got that one instead. I did see one person selling the Wasp one recently, but it was out of my price range, so ended up passing on that, even though that's one that I really, really wanted. Of course, we all want posters as well. I want a giant Poison poster on a senior trip. Luckily, it was at the end of the day because it was in a big wooden frame and everything. I didn't have to lug it around all day. A bunch of Motley Crue ones, Billy Idol, a whole bunch of them that I still have actually back there, that I went back 84, 85, 86, all those, those years. So anyway, that's Carnival mirrors. I just saw mine. I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about for a little bit, share a little bit of history on it, and see which ones you still have or which ones you had back in the day. Drop it in the comments. I appreciate you guys deciding to spend a little time here, and I'll catch up with you on the next episode.